walk through the process of coming from building battery packs to actually building the vehicle, right? In that whole process, what were the things that made you going for so long, right? Especially in your case, it's very easy for a SaaS business, in 3 months, 6 months, they put together a product, get a first customer, get money or not, and move on, right? In your case, what gave you that conviction beyond Sachin or beyond just the space, or like what are those conversations, especially with team, right? Like how would you motivate them to build something for so long?
Did not know. Well, let's say did not know.
In hindsight, what worked?
In hindsight, what worked is we did not know. Seriously, if we knew on day one that this thing will take $200 million to just get to production, or we'll need like 400 people to get to production, and forget, scaling revenue took several times of that. There's no chance in 2030 either of us would have said, yeah, this is a good idea. It does not seem sensible, no. Or that it would take us 4 years to get to the first SOP, start of production, and then 4 years on top of it to get to actually positive gross margin. There's no chance. We would have just said no, right? But we did not know, right? We had no automotive background. We had no experience. We were stupid. So we drew a plan that said 18 months may start a production with 25 people and $2 million, right? Legit believed in it very strongly. Sold that idea internally to all of us believed in it. Such high conviction that when we signed a $12 million deal with Tiger Global, we were like, ये तो पैसा सब profit में ही रहेगा, ठीक है? We'll never use it. We took up a bungalow in Indiranagar with $12 million for a 28-seater. Okay, very high conviction that इससे ज़्यादा जरूरत पड़ेगी ही नहीं, ठीक है? So because we were so confident, so we never had to lie, right? Because we were just stupid, right? The thing is, if we knew this, then you're in an awkward place. If VC tells you, boss, इतना जल्दी नहीं होगा, right? You would have to either acknowledge it, or you have to lie, which is very difficult, right? And if you don't lie, and if you acknowledge it, the VC will like, see, I'm telling you, what's the point of taking my $3 million when, like this business needs bloody $100 million? क्या करोगे? This is bad idea, let's do something else. And you have to agree. When you have such high conviction, no chance. $3 million, दो में business बन जाएगा, sir. So, somebody buys into that story. That's not suggesting. I'm not suggesting this. I'm just saying this is what happened to us.
No, by the way, I think this is someone in the morning or someone at lunch asked me, I think storytelling, right? This is, you have to learn it from him basically, right? For so many years, so many people, so much money, it's like, a really big round of applause for storytelling. It's a phenomenal skill, and these are all people who have a lot of data from other, it's not like they're short of data, they're short of founders they have seen. So clearly there was something that they believed, and it is kudos to him that after so many years he's actually shown that it's possible. It just requires more time and slightly more capital.
I'll add one more thing. So every time we sort of realize that, okay, this is going to take more, what kind of holds you through the phase? I think that's important to answer too. In our case, we sort of created a culture that if we are going to be chasing something, we are going to be chasing it. We will not change the plan unless the outcome we don't believe in, right? So if we start believing that, listen, this product is not making sense, then sure, we'll debate it again. But if the approach seems harder, we will not back off. And we lived it. We never changed our spec in the 4.5 years that we were building the S340 from 2014 to 2018 August, July. We never changed the spec. In fact, some decisions we knew point blank were wrong and were going to cost us a bunch of money. But we just decided to make an example of it internally. For example, onboard charger. We knew the onboard charger was a terrible idea by, I would say, 2017. But now we're like, you know what? We've committed to it. We've created an entire power electronics team, possibly the best power electronics team in the country. If their product does not make it to launch, this entire edifice collapses, right? So some good decisions, some bad decisions, it doesn't matter. We've said something, we know ultimately onboard fast charging makes sense. I also know tactically it's a terrible idea to launch it on day one in the first version. But now we're committed, we're going to make this happen. And what happened is, in those 4.5 years, we had zero attrition. Nobody left. Multiple times we would have said we're doing a pay cut, 15, 20, 30% pay cut. There was not even a question on that in all hands. Yeah, obviously, fine, do a pay cut, it's fine. We're making Saturdays working. For a few months, we were going to have Sundays working. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Right? Like everybody's so committed because they know their work is going to see the light of the day.